Welcome, 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 beautiful souls. I'm the Tom Verhofsky, your host with the most. You are here on the frequency of abundance. I'm so happy to have you here. We are starting week 3. This is epic. We are in the most interesting of season 7. We're about 3/4 of the way through it, and we're looking at legacy. This week is immortalizing your impact. So week 3, we're going to be talking about not just building legacies, we're broadcasting frequencies that echo into the future. I want you to know what's coming up on deck, what we've got available. This week, today, Motivational Monday, we're starting with Speak so that the future remembers. Your voice carries beyond time when it's rooted in truth. Tomorrow's going to be Transformational Tuesday, the legacy of letting go. And sometimes when you release shapes the future more than what you hold on to. Wednesday, we got Wealth Wednesday coming up with Future Proofed, designing a legacy that lasts. Systems, mindsets, relationships, that's real wealth transfer. Thought Leadership Thursday, legacy leadership is frequency leadership. We're going to talk about how the legacy you lead with is what gets inherited. And we end the week with Fearless Friday, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Fearless Friday is going to be becoming the North Star. You don't have to finish it all, but you do have to begin. So join us daily to tune into your legacy, one frequency at a time. Let's make an impact that outlives all of us. So today, on Motivational Monday, we're talking about Speak so the future remembers. Undefined, your voice carries beyond time when it's rooted in truth. So you're not just speaking to your peers, you're speaking to your future. Every word you share, when aligned with your truth, really leaves a ripple, a resonance. Today, we're going to be exploring how to communicate from the core, where we can really anchor your message in authenticity and craft a legacy that's going to speak long past when you leave the room. So, if you're picking up what we're putting down, put in a little like, comment, share in the chat. We'd love to have some feedback from you. Helps the algorithm moving and grooving on forward. Now, I would like to get the party started, because today we're not just talking about communication as performance. We're talking about communication as legacy. So we're not just talking to your peers, we're talking to your future lineage, your clients' grandkids, your great-grandnephews, your inner child, the version of you that needed to hear it 20 years ago. So every time you speak truth from the core, you ripple forward in time. Let's drop in so we can see how the future really would remember us and how we can speak that way now. The truth behind the voice. Why your voice matters. Every human voice carries a unique frequency. Like your fingerprint, no two people sound or speak the same, no matter how close they come. And that's the difference. Your fingerprints, your nose prints, all the uniqueness. That's right. We got Marianne here. How are you, my dear? Aloha. Thank you from the wonderful islands. Let's get this party started. And yes, inner child, very much. Now, if every human voice carries a unique frequency and no two people sound alike, then you must uniquely act as you. You can't be a mashed potato. You're a French fry. You have to stick out, because no one ever has and no one ever will be you. It's just you. And the words that you say are only part of the impact. Your energy is what's going to get remembered. Truth vibrates, lies dissipate, and truth really embeds itself in memory because it mirrors the listener's soul. So an actionable nugget might be, ask yourself before you speak, am I saying this to impress or to express? Authenticity isn't a tactic. It's not a strategy. It's a transmission. So a mini exercise, speak this out loud. I give myself permission to speak with clarity, certainty, and compassion. Because my truth is not a weapon. It's a bridge. Let's look at if we really wanted to, let's say, anchor that authenticity. How to speak from your center. Let's root before you roar. So take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, hold, out through the mouth, hold, in, hold, out. Hold, last one. Take these 3 deep breaths before any key conversation or presentation. Name your truth. Start with a sentence you've lived, something that resonates because it's true to you, and no one can take that experience away. Not a quote you read. And then you're gonna step forward a little bit and maybe own that lived experience. Because the truth doesn't remember statistics, it remembers stories. Did this really happen like that? And was this, history versus memory? Is it a good story is what counts. And that's where we get a little lost in the weeds sometimes. No one knows or cares, and it's not as important to be factual as it is to be memorable. So Maya Angelou, she didn't say, people will remember your perfect grammar. She said, people will never forget how you made them feel. Let's practice. Choose one story from your past. Let's trim it down to 2 minutes and end with, here's what I learned. And that will set you up for a TED Talk, let me tell you. So say it out loud to a mirror, or even record a voice memo. Listen to that yourself. Your voice resonates with you, and when you speak out loud, you're the first person who hears what you have to say. So that's nice. And it works in a very fundamental way. Now, let's take a look at the next section would be resonance over repetition. And I want to make sure you know that you're in a happy place, you're in a safe space. If you need any help, any support, reach out to us. The beautiful people at Allura Creative, they're the ones that give us the ability to put this on as the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. So we'll take a minute and see if it's something that can help serve you. If you're coming from a place as a coach, healer, therapist, specialist, if you've got an incredible not-for-profit or a project or a mission or cause, there might be a way to blow a dog whistle to that and get a very interesting, active, high-level clientele that's looking for that. Let's take a look.
I'm excited to introduce you to Allura Creative Agency, the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse. Our mission is to increase your brand's visibility, credibility, and extend your global audience. In short, we hunt the whales for you. Our proprietary methodology blows a dog whistle to C-suite executives, leaders, founders, and owners across any industry. Welcome to our Executive Engagement Engine trademark. That's our secret sauce. It includes 3 proprietary processes: our Engagement Ignition trademark pre-event outreach process, our Commitment Catalyst trademark butts and seats process, and our Fortune Follow-ups trademark post-event outreach. These ensure the highest level of interest, virtual attendance, and follow-up conversations. As the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse, what's our promise to you? Unparalleled commitment to transparency, ethical engagement, and impactful results. Partner with Allura Creative Agency and experience transformative executive engagement. Book a time to speak with us today, and here's to the evolution of your brand.
I love how that pops off the paper. I find that so cool. It goes pop! And I think that's so neat. We're going to have some fun. Now, let's go into section 3. Resonance over repetition. So you can stop worrying about being original. That's a given. Like I said, no one can ever be you before, during, or after this time that you're here now. Now it's time to just be resonant. So say the same core truth 100 different ways if you have to, but never water it down. The goal is not to go viral. The goal is to go vibrational. That when you genuinely resonate with people, you resonate with people. Viral is a very different oomph. And you can only see why something went viral. Whether you agree with it or not, whether you get it or not, you understand what the allure is. So look at a three-part framework. Take a look at where, if you have the chance, clarity, conviction, cadence. Clarity. What is the core message? Conviction. Do you believe this to your bones? Because I can tell, and everyone else can too. Cadence. Does your delivery reflect a calm power? Or is it an insecure rush where you got to get it out? Da, 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 da. So a micro practice would be before a call, before a speech, put your hand on your heart and say, I speak with the rhythm of someone who trusts what's true. I speak with the rhythm of someone who trusts what's true. Know that. Know that that's coming from that magical, special place for you. Now, little Greek mountain tea, keep the voices pearly. Let's craft your legacy message. If you only had 60 seconds to speak to your great-grandchildren, what would you say in that minute? Not what sounds good, not what's smart, but what's true. So if we were to guide an exercise, we'd sit down, we'd set a timer for 7 minutes, and we'd write a letter to the future you, or even the future them. Include one lesson that you forgot, but you now remember. One mistake that taught you love. One belief that you want the next 3 generations to hold. And one lesson you fought hard to learn. Once you write those down, speak them out loud. Bring them into life, into universe. Speak them into existence. So your challenge would be, record the message. Save it somewhere sacred. One day, you or maybe someone you love will need it, and it'll be there waiting for you. It's the most wonderful thing to have that available as you need it. Now, look at some voice print assignments, say for next steps. I want you to think, let's say for the rest of the week, just practice conscious communication. Speak less, say more. Speak less, say more. Listen with the intent to understand, not reply. Every time that you speak, ask yourself, would I be proud if this was the last thing I ever said? The last thing that anyone heard come out of my mouth, would I be proud? That's where you can truly come into your own. That's where the power and the essence that is you, very different. Look at voice as a vehicle of vision. So your voice doesn't just communicate what is, it activates what could be. Your vision is going to require language. So the people who changed the world, they didn't whisper. Look at some of the historical powerhouses of visionary speaking. Dr. Martin Luther King. He didn't say, I have an idea. He said, I have a dream. Steve Jobs didn't say, here's a product. He said, we're putting a dent in the universe. So an action step would be to try this fill in the blank template, right? Look at when you're speaking about your mission. I see a world where, insert your vision, and I believe we can start that change today by insert your action. So for me, if I was to say, I see a world where we're kind to each other. That's my vision. And I believe we can start that change today by being kind to yourself and one other person. That's it. Just small, simple, actionable items and intelligence that we can all get through and that we can all know exactly where it's coming from and why. If we speak that out loud, it lands in your body. First person who hears anything you say is you. So let's look at a future speaking prompt. Voice memo yourself, finishing this sentence. The world I want to help create sounds like... ... Replay that next week. See if your actions are matching your declarations. Look at how you'd embody speaking. activating your core before you speak. Too many people are speaking truth while disconnected from their body. Yes, they're talking the truth, but you can tell that their body's not accepting it as their own personal truth. It's an abstract, avant-garde truth. It is not an absolute truth. Wonderful. Thanks for popping in, Marianne. I see a world of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. Very much so. Yeah, me too. I think it's a blessing and a wonderful place to play. That if you're coming from that place of inner love, inner harmony, inner happiness, there's so many other people that would be just blessed to have a little bit of that with them. So look at energetic alignment rituals, either pre-speech or meeting, grounding breath. We talked about the 3 deep inhales through the nose, exhale through the mouth. You can do this with sound. And really let it just pop out. Vibrates through your chest. Give yourself a power posture. Stand or sit, feet shoulder width apart, spine tall. Palms open, touching your chest. Regrounding yourself to you is an incredible feeling. Give yourself that space, give yourself that touch. It's something very special. Unconditional love, and especially starting with you. So let's anchor a phrase. Say this to yourself before speaking. I trust what wants to come through me. If it's wanting to use you as a conduit through the universe and come through you, trust. Trust that it's here for you. Trust that it's meant to help you. Trust that it's exactly what's the right thing for you right now. So let's do a vocal warm-up for truth. Hum. Feel the vibration in your lips and your chest. Now speak your name 3 times with increasing calm certainty. Natan. 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 You're not delivering information. You're delivering resonance. So look at that legacy loop. This way you get to teach what you speak, live what you teach, and it makes words become cheap. Embodiment is currency. When somebody goes, yeah, that guy, I don't know what he's doing. It's not about what he's saying. He just embodies confidence. That's a currency. And you can use that willingly. And it's a beautiful place to play. So if the legacy loop framework might make a difference, I want you to use your voice to leave a mark. And I want it to align with your walk. The legacy loop framework is going to be speak it, declare your truth. Live it, back it up in actions. Teach it, model it for others. Reinforce it, revisit and refine. Expand it, let your message grow through others. So the exercise would be the legacy mirror. At the end of each day this week, ask yourself, did my words reflect today my true values? If not, don't self-judge, just self-correct. Get yourself in that proper alignment state. That's all you have to do. That's all. There's nothing more that's ever needed from you. Only what you can handle, only what you can tolerate, only what you can put on your plate. And that's the beauty of where we're coming from. So, look at an energy reminder. Legacy isn't a TED Talk. It's how your barista felt after talking to you. It's how your kid remembers your tone during conflict. It's what lingers when you leave the room. That's why it's so important to have that power presence, where if you're sure this is where you're supposed to go, absolutely. Absolutely. But if you're not, then you need to remind yourself of a few absolutes. And I want to take a moment to let you know that if you're already at that beautiful 9 out of 10 personally and professionally, I'd love to have you as a guest on Voices That Lead. We're taking a beautiful place, and how Allure is our sister company. It is wonderful that we are here able to give us another web series. So the Voices That Lead podcast, that's there for those that can answer 3 questions. How do you serve those you lead? What do you believe is your legacy? And if you only had one gift to help someone else become truly limitless, what would that be? When you can answer those, you get to be a guest on the show, and we get to blast that out. We have incredible audience waiting for us, and it's everywhere. So know that in time, if this is something that values to you, and if you're like, absolutely, I want to help, I want to give, I've got legacy, reach out to me, please. I'd love to have you on the show.
Ever wonder what sets real leaders apart? It's not the corner office, it's the impact they make. Welcome to the Voices That Lead podcast with Natan Verkovsky, where we dive deep with leaders who put service first. These aren't just CEOs or big names. They're people making a difference, building legacies through acts of kindness, mentorship, and heart. Every episode you'll hear powerful stories, straight from those who lift others up and inspire change. Looking for practical advice, authentic conversations, or just a spark to unleash your own limitless potential? You'll find it here. Because leadership isn't just about where you end up. It's about who you help along the way. Join the community and get inspired. Reach out to be a featured guest on the program. Leaders, legacy, limitless. Subscribe to the Voices That Lead podcast. Join us as a speaker and let others be inspired by you. Become the leader you're meant to be.
And I wish you rise up and have that in your ability. If there's anything that I can do personally or professionally, I'd like you to know that that's an open invitation. I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. Those are a couple of my best-selling books, Personal Momentum and Moments of Power. I was blessed enough to start with Cirque du Soleil acrobats, Olympians, national sports teams from all over the world, and I've had about 20,000 people now come through my hands in the last 3 decades, where I'm able to come and give very small, simple course corrections to those that are already at 9 out of 10, personally and professionally, and are looking for what 9.1, 9.2 looks like. I invite you to reach out. I'd love to say hello. If you'd like to be a guest on the show and come and be interviewed on Voices That Lead, please reach out. Love to have you and help you rise up others. If you'd like to come and join us and have Allura Creative shine a spotlight on what the meaning and the message of what you're doing, especially if you're doing big, wonderful things in this world and helping others and helping and curing and healing and just being a magical source of inspiration, we'd love to shine an even bigger spotlight on what you're doing. So please reach out to us, hold us accountable, we'll rise up together. We don't just believe that the tide rises all boats. We also believe that when you get to that beautiful, blessed place, you can become the tide yourself and raise others. You're not just a speaker. You're a frequency transmitter, carrier of light, love, and lived wisdom. Every time you speak from that aligned place within you, you help someone else find that place within them. So go speak, so the future remembers. That is why we do the Frequency of Abundance. Every day, Monday to Friday, 7 days a week, we've got you available. Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. On the weekends, pop in. It's going to be restreaming 3 times a day. It's going to be epic and magical. It's going to be something that really gives you a chance to be selfish, self-centered, self-serving. Put your mask on first. Answer that beautiful question of what's in it for me. Do for you. And then see the beauty and the magic as you do for others. As always, I'm so blessed to have you here. We'll be here for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be epic, epic, epic. Transformational Tuesday, the legacy of letting go. So, I'm Natan Verhovsky, your host with the most.